Good morning, world, and welcome to the Sanz Show. I'm Torre, and it's about that time to bring it like no other morning show has ever brought it before. Now, first, we got to introduce our crew, okay? Ladies first. She's probably one of the most outspoken personalities you'll ever meet. She's also one of the most sought-after dancers on the internet, with more than 3 million views. So I think she's pretty much got that covered, right? So Google these words, poetry in motion. Please welcome Carnella. All right? Yeah. Good morning. All right, fellas. Okay, now he is the CEO of Focus One Entertainment. He's an A&R rep for Paystyle Records. He's an author. His first novel, Down in the Cypress Swamp, is set for release very soon. And he's got the voice that'll put your ass to bed, ladies. But not this early, okay? He's definitely on the grind, and I'm just thrilled to have you here with me. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lynn Derrick. Thank you. All right, now what can I say about this guy? He's like the only person like himself. He's a classically trained musician who puts Beethoven to shame. He's a natural-born comedian, causing all kinds of ruckus at Wayne State University, and he doesn't hold nothing back. He's also Khaleesi's #1 fan, and he loves music and gay porn. What more can you ask for?
All my business out.
When you've got Geronimo. All right. Okay. Good morning, Geronimo.
I'm gonna get you for that.
Okay. He's a Specs Howard's graduate. He's probably got more degrees under the belt than the sun. The world should be considered his runway because he's got the walk and he's definitely got the talk. He's a true intellect and he looks conservative, but only by the closet. He rocks a mean suit. UPN should be his middle name, and he's newsworthy enough to be a part of this crew. Please welcome Kenneth Gibson Lightfoot. All right. And finally, he's my roomie. He takes blood for a living. He's addicted to video games and cartoons and cereal. He's a Michigan State alumni, and he doesn't give a shit about what you think. Unless he's cool with you, okay? Believe it or not, he's a pretty good singer and a bassist, and I'd say he'd make a great addition to the crew. Please welcome Bryce Evans. All right, and of course, I'm Torre Sanz, and I'm not going to give too much about myself. Okay, and just so you know, if you're tuning in, of course, on YouTube, and you know, man, the Sanz Show, of course, will bring you up-to-date information on community events featuring local bands and artists in the near future, plus candid discussions regarding issues surrounding the Metro Detroit areas each and every month, controversial topics, current events abroad, entertainment news, advice, affirmations, health and lifestyle tips, a little bit of everything, okay? So anyway, let's get into the first topic for this hour. We're going to talk about something a little bit it's very serious.
Jacked up.
Yeah. Now it's about the Iraqi militia. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, it's militia.
Man, this is crazy. A horrific twist to the ongoing torture of suspected gay men in Iraq. The International Gay and Lesbian Human Rights Commission reports that the Iraqi militia have deployed a painful form of torture against homosexuals by using their anuses using an Iraqi gum. And now this is crazy. According to the reports, the new substance is known as the American Hum, which is an Iraqian manufactured glue that is applied to the skin, and you can only remove it by surgery. After they glue the anuses of the homosexuals, they give them a drink that causes diarrhea. Since the anus is closed, the diarrhea causes death. Now videos of this form of torture are being distributed on mobile cell phones in Iraq. According to this human rights activist, for the past 3 weeks, a crackdown on homosexuals has been going on based on religious decree and the demands of their death. Dozens have been targeted. This is really disturbing.
That is true.
Severely.
I want to talk about this a little bit because, I mean, we're over there fighting for peace, and you have a nation that doesn't really give a shit about peace. You know, it's okay. Saddam Hussein's he's gone, and so, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, these are human beings that are being affected. by this?
I think it's gross and it's cruel and unjust punishment. I don't understand the reason for it. That's crazy. It's beyond words.
It really is.
What are they doing about it?
They say, like, who's doing it to who?
Well, it's because of their religion.
Iraqian.
Their religion.
No,
Yeah.
Militia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're targeting gay men.
They're not being supported by the government.
No.
So just give me in general, and then I go by race or
Even if
whatever
they suspect you,
come from.
they'll snatch your ass up off the street and torture your ass.
Yeah, and they're also like taking, gay men, well, people that they suspect, like you said, and they're luring in other gay men, and I think it's ridiculous. It's sad, it makes, it's good that we live in America, where we don't have to, kind of like walk on glass, when it comes to stuff like this, but I think it's horrific, and I don't know what's going to happen with this, but it's just inhumane, so.
I think it's
really sad.
It's like we say, it's good that we live in America, but it's just like just because they're gay, this is happening to them in some place other. I mean, are we really? Is that something we should be thankful for?
Pretty much. I mean,
Yes.
they should do that.
Yes, we should.
I mean, but I think it's a world issue. I mean, I think that has so much more to say about just living in America, living in Iraq. I think
It is a world issue, but stuff like this is
just
just going
because we're
on
gay?
in this country, and they're
Sure
getting
does.
away with it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You couldn't
Crazy.
do that over here.
But
And
low
get
key, you
away
can. They just call it a hate crime.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing.
It's the same
I
thing,
mean,
you
you
just
can
put
get
a
away
title
with
on
it.
it
And,
here.
I mean, they don't always,
But you know the type of stuff they do.
do hate. I mean, they don't always, what's that word? Prosecute hate crimes.
Exactly.
They just kind of well, they just got in a fight.
Yeah, and of course now, like you're
It's
saying,
the
they
same
don't
forms.
Yeah.
Exact same thing.
They never do
But
that.
it's a lot worse.
Yeah,
One more
It's a whole lot worse.
I think that you can get away with a lot more over there.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that I should say that.
Yeah.
You can get away with a lot
Well,
more.
it's
over
socially
there than
acceptable,
over
and
here.
no one's going to stand up and be like, stop doing this to people because, no one cares. And it's like, I don't like gay people either, so they're just like, do it.
Well, I mean, you people at YouTube watching this at Facebook also, come on, just think about how grateful you are. You living in the United States, you don't have to deal with this, and it's very sad to hear about people just being tortured. And and speaking about the torture and things that are going over in Iraq, when this makes the world news, we get it over here, and a lot of kids are being, they're dealing with being bullied, and they think it's okay to make fun of someone because they're different. And like I said, some call it bullying, and but I call it emotional and physical torture, and that's what they're doing is physical torture over there in Iraq. But of course, let's talk about a young man who just recently. This is a sad story. He just recently hung himself. His name is Carl Joseph Walker Hoover. He was so overwhelmed by bullying that he committed suicide by hanging himself with an extension cord. His mother found his broken little body, living every parent's worst nightmare, of course. His mom's name is Sardina Walker. She said that she began phoning the school several times, and when Carl first told her about the bullying, but she says the school was unresponsive. And of course, Carl, he played football, he played basketball. I'm not even. He was involved in a lot of sports because he dressed, like kind of preppy and everything. Everybody just assumed that he was gay. He's 11 years old. Wow. And then that happens, and then 2 weeks after that, a young man by the name of Jaheim Herrera, he's 11 years old. He hanged himself after coming home from school too. And it's crazy because he was being made fun of because he's foreign. So they were making fun of his accent and because he seemed a little different. And he had a best friend, and his best friend said that he contemplated suicide. And he hung himself by his belt in his bedroom. I was bullied as a kid. I don't know if you guys were ever talked about because you were different at all, or?
Now, I did. Growing up in Detroit public schools,
Yes.
I stood out automatically without even trying to. I got hate mail in my lockers, people threw books at me, in rooms, everything. So I turned into a mean-ass SOB. I was like, I'm going to give you a reason not to like me.
Okay.
And it's like, and the thing I don't get, it's like Columbine was, what, 10 years ago? Why are people still fucking with people? And it's like, it's sad, these kids took their lives, but that could be like the kid that comes up and just, kills 30 people.
Okay. Well, definitely. That's something to think about, people. If you're being harassed, your kids, please, you got to take more action than just calling the schools. It seems like parents are going to have to, step it up a little bit more. We're going to be back, and we're going to have more hot topics here at the Sanz Show. Thank you.